Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending where you are across the world, and welcome to the Common Jobs coverage of the Premier League clash between Fulham and Chelsea this Monday evening. It is for us here in the UK. I'm your host and main commentator, Russ Vernon, and I'm going to be joined by Luke Turton very shortly. Kick-off is in around about 8 minutes time. Excuse me there, as I just had a quick cough there. Kickoff is in around about 8 minutes time. So what I'll do, I'll quickly run you through the teams for this evening's match and just give you an idea of how many changes, excuse me, that Marco Silva and Maurizio Pochettino have made for this Monday night clash under the lights at the Cottage. Fulham against Chelsea is the match to finish off what has been a controversial Premier League weekend with the VAR controversy, which happened in our feature game over the weekend on Saturday evening between Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool. So Chelsea will be playing against Fulham, and I can tell you that Fulham have made 6 changes from the side, which beat Norwich City 2-1 on Wednesday evening. Ben Leno returns in goal to replace Marek Rodak, who drops to the bench. Kevin Bassin, Ford, Bello Toure drop out for the side for Tim Ream and Anton Robinson respectively. Excuse me. Tom Kearney is rotated from the midfield in favour of Andres Pereira and Harrison Reed. Raul Jimenez comes into the front three alongside Harry Wilson and former Chelsea player Willian. With both scores from Wednesday's victory, Alex Iwobi, the Nigerian, and Carlos Vinicius drop to the bench. So Fulham will line up with Ben Leno in goal, Timothy Castagna, Issa Diop, Tim Ream and Anthony Robinson across the back. Is Harrison Reed, João Palhinha and Andres Pereira the men in midfield. And leading the line is Harry Wilson, Raul Jimenez and Willian. On the bench, Mario Rodak, Calvin Bassey, Tom Kearney, Ford Balotore, Bobby De Cordova-Reid, Rodrigo Muniz, Alex Iwobi, Cecil Lukic and Carlos Vinicius. They are managed by Marco Silva. As for Chelsea, who are managed by Maurizio Pochettino, he makes 3 changes from the starting 11 that narrowly saw off Brighton of Albion in the EFL Cup on Wednesday evening. Boss Pochettino is again without injured vice-captain Ben Chilwell after he suffered an hamstring injury against Brighton, and suspended Nicholas Jackson, who picked up a 5th yellow card of the season in midweek. Malo Gusto, who received a straight red card in the same game, also misses out tonight. The other change comes in midfield with Leslie Ukachukwu dropped, and there is a start for the 3rd time in the blue of Chelsea for striker Amanda Broya. So Chelsea will line up like this: is Robert Sanchez in goal, and then it's Marco Correa, Axel Disasi, Thiago Silva and Levi Colwell at the back. It looks like is going to be the back 4. In the midfield is Moses Caicedo and the captain Conor Gallagher. Tim Ream is the Fulham captain, incidentally. Cole Palmer and Michaelo Mudryk are playing just wide, with Enzo Fernandez in the number 10 role behind the striker of Amanda Broya. On the bench is Dorji Petrovic, the sub-goalkeeper, Raheem Sterling, Nodi Madueke, Leslie Ukachukwu, should I say, Ian Matson, David Washington, Alfie Gilchrist, the youngster, Josh Brooking, the youngster, and Alex Matos, also a youngster, as well on the bench for Chelsea. The referee today is Tim Robinson is assisted by Stuart Burton, Eddie Smart with the late change for Dan Cook. You may remember he was one of the VAR officials, Dan Cook, in the match at for the game at the new Whitehall Lane, as people call it, or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, give you the full title between Tottenham and Liverpool. The match referee from that game, Simon Hooper, is the fourth official tonight. John Brooks and Mark Scholes are on VAR duty, with Scholes assisting Brooks this evening. It's going to be, and should be, a very, very good match. And a match which has got plenty in store this evening. And let me just fetch in the man who I mentioned is alongside me for the very first time this evening, and say very good evening to our man Luke Turton. And Luke, very warm welcome to you this evening, mate. This one should be a crack. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm just looking forward to seeing how both the attacking forces fare against the defenders tonight. I think Chelsea need to start scoring goals. They've been fairly poor up there recently, so I think they'd start getting into some goal scoring form. Fulham have not been quite at it this season, so let's see who gets the kind of better side of this derby game, shall we?
Yes, we shall, Luke. We shall indeed. And there's plenty of situations and how both teams have gone so far this season. There's different circumstances and that's so. If we just look at the results for Fulham so far, starting off the season with a 1-0 victory away at Goodison Park against Everton, De Cordova-Reid, who was on the bench tonight, scored in that one. And then lost 3-0 at home to Brentford the week later. The week after that, they drew 2-2 at the Emirates. Pereira scored after a minute, and Polina scored in 87 minutes. Then went to Tottenham in the second round of the Carabao Cup, drew 1-1 but progressed on penalties with Van der Ven, who had a very good game on Saturday evening for Spurs, scoring an own goal on that occasion. They then went to the Etihad and was thrashed 5-1 by Manchester City, with Tim Ream the only player to score for the Cottagers. Crystal Palace was up next to Selhurst Park after before a trip and that was after a visit of Luton, which they won by a goal to nil thanks to Carlos Vinicius, who's on the bench tonight. They then drew 0-0 Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace before that midweek win against Norwich City, thanks to Carlos Vinicius and Alex Iwobi, who were both on the bench. Carlos Vinicius, out and out top scorer for them this season, with 2 goals in all competitions. Bobby De Cordova-Reid, Alex Iwobi, João Palhinha, Andres Pereira and Tim Ream all have a goal apiece, and they've also had a goal by an own goal, which was Van der Ven at Spurs in the Carabao Cup second round. As for Chelsea, it's a bit different to Fulham's and a bit different to how it reads for Chelsea. So they drew 1-1 on the opening day at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Axel Disasi with the only goal for Chelsea on that occasion. And then got hammered 3-1 down at the London Stadium against West Ham United through Chukwuemeka all scoring on that occasion for Chelsea. They then played Luton at Stamford Bridge and won by 3-0. Sterling with a brace and Jackson both scoring. Then they beat FC Wimbledon 2-1 in the second round of the Carabao Cup. Nodi Madueke and Enzo Fernandez on the score sheet. And then they haven't got another win after that game until the midweek recently when they took on Brighton, because they lost 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, drew 0-0 with Bournemouth, and lost 1-0 to Aston Villa in the Premier League. The games against Forest and Villa, which they lost, were both at Stamford Bridge. The game against Bournemouth, which was a 0-0 draw, was at the Vitality Stadium. And in midweek, they beat Brighton by a goal to nil through Nicholas Jackson. Conor Chukwuemeka, who tonight is not involved for Chelsea, is their top scorer, along with is one of their joint top scorers, With Raheem Sterling and Nicholas Jackson both on 2. He's got 1. Chukwuemeka as Desati, Fernandez, and Nodi Madueke. And Chelsea in total have scored 8 goals this season. Fulham have also scored 8 goals. So it's a battle of which gets the upper hand in that in terms of effect, in terms of teams scoring goals. And I'd be interested to see how that one just hold and play out this evening. This is also in this game, which I was looking earlier on when doing the prep work. Chelsea haven't won in the last 18 games against teams starting above them since May 2021. Drew 5, losing 13. The winner they got, which was against Leicester City, and they've won just 2 of the last 16 away games since October 2022. 5 draws, 9 defeats for Pochettino's men, and Pochettino's all won his last 14 Premier League away games as a manager since Tottenham's 2-1 win right here against Fulham at the Craven Cottage in January 2019, and Chelsea have won 1 of the last 10 London derbies since October 2022, drawing 3, losing 6, a 1-0 win versus Crystal Palace back in January 2023. The next win for Marco Silva, who's the Fulham head coach, will be his 50th win of his Premier League managerial career. Two of the previous 6 meetings against Chelsea has been 2 draws and 2 defeats as we see the teams in. This one is going to be a very, very good game. There is Simon Hooper, the for official this evening, was the man in the middle, as I've already mentioned, for the controversial game which involved Liverpool and Spurs of the weekend. Just a bit on the match referee as well to tell you guys, just to bring you up to date with that situation, which I'll just give you all the information I can on Tim Robinson. He was promoted to the leg group 1 of referees head of this season, refereed 3 games before this season. On the previous Chelsea game was a 1-0 defeat to Nottingham Forest on September the 2nd, and having alongside me Luke Turton up, probably that may be mentioning that fact, with him being a Forest fan himself. We'll get his thoughts on how Forest are doing so far this season during that half-time break as the teams emerge from the tunnel, which is away to our left-hand side as we look on here. As Willian is the last Fulham player to walk out as the teams get a raucous reception. It's a London derby, and on Derby Day, the form goes out of the window. Luke, as you know, I don't normally predict the results on matches when I'm doing commentary. I always give that to my co-commentator if I've got one to give a prediction. So look, I'm going to throw you under the proverbial bus here, so to speak, and ask you for a prediction. And everyone, take note of what he says, and if he doesn't get it right, let me know, and I'll tell you where to message him out later. Luke, what are you going for?
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
And Luke, with that 1-1 draw, who do you think's going to score first? Will it be Fulham or will it be Chelsea?
Fulham.
Wait and see if that is the case as Marco Silva, the Fulham manager, walks across the pitch towards the dugout, which is over on the far side. And let's run you through the 2 sides as we see Fulham will line up with Marco Silva as their head coach. And I'll tell you how they line up this evening. Just to recap the results for anyone just joining us. It's Ben Leno in goal. Timothy Castagna, Issa Diop, Tim Ream and Anthony Robinson is across the back. For Fulham, Emerson Reed, João Polino and Andres Pereira are in the midfield. Harry Wilson and Raul Jimenez and Willian are in the front line. The bench is Rodak, Bassett, Kenny, Balotoure, Cordova, Reed amongst the subs there for Fulham. Let's run you through the Chelsea side. Is Robert Sanchez in goal for them. He's a back four of Cucurella, Desai, Silva and Colwell across the back. Gallagher and Caicedo are the two men in the holding midfield, with Palmer, Fernandez and Mudryk leading the attack. Breuer leads the line for Chelsea this evening, with the likes of Sterling, Madueke, Maatsen on the bench, including a few youngsters, Gilchrist, Brookin and Matos are on the bench there as well. We'll bring you the kick-off shortly. We've just a few minutes behind as we see Ben Leno in shot just there. As we get ready for this game to kick off between Fulham and Chelsea. And we get ready for kick-off. Amanda Breuer there looking to add to Chelsea's goals. They'll have scored this season just 5 goals in the Premier League this season for Chelsea. As we get ready to kick us off then, Chelsea in their traditional colours of blue. Tim Robinson there, the match referee, just getting himself set and ready to go. The mic up and running. Fulham are getting ready for this game to kick off. Simon Hooper's ready as well. With Fulham to kick us off, attacking the goal away to our right hand side in the first half, as he is a ball back from Timothy Castagna to Issa Diop and across there to Tim Ream. Now João Palhinha into Tim Ream again, and across there well is Anthony Robinson up against Conor Gallagher, and he moves infield. Good play this here from Chelsea's. It is Wilson now for Fulham, attacking down the right hand side. Wonderful run from Ella Wilson in towards the penalty area. Harrison Reed is there. Reed nudged in the back, but he stays on his feet, keeps the ball back to Timothy Castagna. Now into João Palhinha, back now to Harrison Reed. Down the line is Timothy Castagna, who's onside. Castagna pulls the ball back for Wilson inside the penalty area, and Chelsea just managed to clear. Levi Colwell is there. Down the line for Michaela Mudryk, who breaks over halfway, and across there, brilliantly challenging is Issa Diop to stop Mudryk in his tracks down the far side in the end there. He remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 0. A minute gone as Chelsea just have the ball with Levi Colwell, who hits the ball forward. Deflects off a Fulham player, but headed away by Diop. And Harrison Reed is in there. Emmanuel Breuer is there too, and he's going through. Emmanuel Breuer's onside. Emmanuel Breuer takes around the goalkeeper, Leno. Emmanuel Breuer, oh my word! He should be 1-0 to Chelsea. And how has he missed that? After rounding the goalkeeper, Leno, you'd have put his house on him scoring there. But Emmanuel Breuer puts it over the bar there, Luke Turton.
Yeah, I think you did so much of the good work running into the box and receiving the ball back, then running back in further and then beating the keeper, and then just ruined it by leaning totally underneath it and skying it totally over the bar. All he had to do was get over the top of it and slide it towards the net, but no, he just gets underneath it. Ridiculous.
Yes, poor decision making there from Emmanuel Breuer, who's starting today for Chelsea. They could have gone with David Washington in attack. It's his first start since November 2022 for Emmanuel Breuer, and should have made it count. As a ball, if we're looking for Harrison Reed, is cut by Colwell and into Enzo Fernandez, who finds Conor Gallagher. Out wide to the far side, and Cole Palmer. Joined from Manchester City, Cole Palmer, and he's won it off Anthony Robinson into Enzo Fernandez, who turns well. Fernandez, out wide to Michaela Mudryk, in towards the penalty area. Still going Mudryk, going one way, then the other. And Wilson's there to tidy up for Fulham and try and bring the ball away. And they're working the way out of this kneeling here, Fulham. Well, they've given the ball away. It's Maya Broya. Can he go into this? Enzo Fernandez is in there. Poor touch in the end and then throws himself to the ground. No penalty that, as Anthony Robinson will come away with that ball now for Fulham down the near side of the left. And it's out wide to Willian, the former Chelsea player. Cuts infield as Willian. Going one way, then the other into Andres Pereira. And Pereira is fouled there, according to Tim Robinson, and it's going to be just a free kick for Fulham. No card on that occasion, and it's a free kick, Luke, there, but is it a booking for you as well?
No, I think it's early on. It, it's just a foul, and I think at the end of the day, you get away with the first one. Do that again, you'll probably get booked.
Yes, he'll probably get booked if he is not careful. Ali Wilson just standing over this free kick. Andres Pereira too. Williams over on that far side, on this near side, the left, should I say, as we watch. Wilson. Let's see one for Pereira, finds Reed. Harrison Reed chips it up towards Ali Wilson inside the penalty, up against Marco Carrera, who just shepherds him out of play unless it got behind for a goal kick. And that's a poor free kick from Fulham's standpoint. They really need to do much better there, but couldn't take advantage of that in the end. And he rolls it. And he let it go out for a goal kick, which Thiago Silva takes for Sanchez. And now Sanchez is rolling with the ball. And here's Thiago Silva onto Levi Colwell on this near side. Wins his side. On the far side, wins his side of throw-in. Just Levi Colwell who chucks it down the line, but Fulham have gained it back. It's Timothy Castagne, the former Leicester player. Wilson. Wonderful bit of play into the captain, Tim Ream, the USA international. Ball over the top. Looking for Harry Wilson on this on the far side. Looking fetch it in. Put a wonderful ball in towards the penalty. Looking for Wilson on the back post on our near side. Cole Palmer's there. And he goes down under pressure from Anthony Robinson. And wins a free kick in a good position for Chelsea to take a bit of the pressure off. And then have a bit of a breather there. And Luke, what's been your opening thoughts of the opening game after just gone 5.5 minutes of this match, which is Fulham 0, Chelsea 0?
Well, I think it's a little bit end to end. They've both had a couple of movements around the box, but I think the clear-cut chance was Broya for Chelsea to guide it over the bar. So I think lacking a little bit of quality so far.
Yes, he's Jimenez trying to provide a bit of quality for Fulham who win a free kick. Foul on Andres Pereira, who says that's the second time he's been fouled this evening, and he's Moses Caicedo straight into the back of Andres Pereira there, and he's not happy with that one. But Fulham going with the free kick quickly. Here's Castagna. Now Diop. And now Tim Ream, the captain. What can he do? Up against Chelsea captain Conor Gallagher. Finds João Palhinha. Back to Tim Ream. Across now to Issa Diop, the former West Ham United player. Castagna chips the ball down the line looking for the run of Harrison Reed. Wilson's there to win the ball. But only for a Chelsea player. Now Emmanuel Broya goes down in front of Mauricio Pochettino. And I think he's won inside a free kick there. Marco Silva watching on. And Chelsea have got at the back with Desai. Out wide to Marco Correa. Down the line, he goes to Cole Palmer. Back to Correa. Back to Desai. Back he goes to Sanchez, who clears away long. And here comes Conor Gallagher. Wonderful play from Conor Gallagher that can come forward. Here's Mikhailo Mudryk down this far side into the penalty. Mudryk, who runs out of room, runs out of pressure. He's behind for a goal kick, and that was a poor bit of play there from Mudryk. Luke, who couldn't take it in his stride.
He goes too quick. His legs go way too fast for his brain, and by the time he's got towards the box, he's lost control a bit. He plays it and he thinks he's going to run faster than the ball. You need to slow down and take a little bit more care of what he's doing. Otherwise, he's never going to make it at the top level.
That's the thoughts of Luke Turton. Not everybody here and the commentary about Turtle Talks football represent that kind of situation for on Michaela Mudryk there. As we see Pochettino, who has won all 5 meetings as a manager against Fulham, including 4 in the Premier League. He's won meeting in the 5 Premier League meetings against Marco Silva. All with Tottenham, all in the Premier League, 2 wins and 3 draws as well. As here comes Wilson. Down the line is Castagna. What can he do? He now pulls the ball back into the penalty area to Jimenez. Back to Wilson now. Now Castagna again. Being forced back is Timothy Castagna. But he wins his side of throwing. Last season, Fulham took 4 points from 2 Premier League meetings against Chelsea. A victory here at the Cottage and then a draw away at the Bridge. As we're down on the banks of the River Thames. As is Enzo Fernandez in the centre circle, coming over halfway now. Wonderful run from Enzo Fernandez. Plays out wide for Michaela Mudryk. To the penalty, Mudryk goes to field and shoots. He's just over the bar in the end for Michaela Mudryk. And that's another glorious chance, which has just gone begging there for Chelsea.
I think I've just worked out why Chelsea are struggling to score so many goals. They're getting into really good positions, but they just keep skying all of their chances. Do they know where the net actually is? It's below the bar, not above it.
I think Chelsea, Luke, I think they're not playing football, I think they're playing rugby, and I think every time he goes over the bar, they get 3 points. Well, I'm sorry, Chelsea, that's not how it works in the Premier League or football to that fact. It only works in rugby, and you don't play rugby. As he is Mario Breuer giving the ball away to Robinson. But then Chelsea have got the ball back. Enzo Fernandez for Conor Gallagher. Now Chelsea will come again as he's got back to Marco Correa from Cole Palmer. Now Orwell back to Robert Sanchez from a good promising position near the box on the near side, on the right hand side of the Chelsea half, Fulham's left. They had to be forced all the way back to the goalkeeper. We're now back in the opposite box to Ben Leno, the former Arsenal goalkeeper, who has done well so far in his time at Fulham. Here is João Paulinho, switches the play well, heads it down, and now Chelsea will come away with possession. We've got Conor Gallagher. How wide it goes towards Cole Palmer, the former City player. And England under 21 international Cole Palmer in towards Conor Gallagher, who pulls the ball across looking for Manuel Breuer. Fulham managed to clear it away. Well, this out for a throw, and Chelsea will come again here. Well, that's clever play again from Conor Gallagher. We'll get the thoughts of Luke on that move in a few moments, and wait for this line to take. And Marco Correa just watching on. Down the line towards Amanda Breuer. Tim Ream clears it away. Willian and Robinson help him out. He's out for yet another Chelsea throw-in. Here is Levi Colwell. Back he goes. Thiago Silva now, Axel Desarty. Good play this from Chelsea's. Caicedo finds the run of the number 19 Breuer there, and he's offside. But Chelsea had another big good chance a few moments ago, Luke. Conor Gallagher got in behind, couldn't find the finishing there. But Chelsea have started to get back into this game after a slow start from them.
Yeah, well, it was a good turn from Conor Gallagher that set up that move to start off with, and he could just continued his run. The only problem was the ball probably wasn't played far enough backwards.
Yes, and I think that seems to be part of Chelsea's problem. They're not being clinical enough in the final thirds. The position and the number of goals scored is proving to to Chelsea, as this season Fulham above them in the table and going fairly well compared to their London rivals. And I was looking at a stat earlier on today as well, which was a table for the London clubs in London derbies this season. We've had 8 London derbies this season in the Premier League. 5 of the previous 8 have been draws. Chelsea are the only team to have no points after a London derby this season. And Fulham haven't won in the last 9 London derbies in the Premier League. So interesting to see which one of those will give. Will Chelsea get the first points in London derby, or will Fulham break the curse of not winning in the last 9? Fulham have also lost 13 of the 17 Premier League derbies at home since promotion in 2018. Chelsea losing the last 4 Premier League derbies since a 1-1 draw against West Ham in February 2023, and they've won 1 of the last 10 derbies since October 2022, drawn 3, lost 6. Last win was a 1-0 victory against Crystal Palace back in January 2023. As Chelsea themselves win a throw-in. I'll run you through the full list of the table shortly to tell you about how many points each team have got in derbies. Obviously, you know Chelsea are bottom in 7th in that table. I'll tell you who's top next time we get a break in play, as Chelsea try to play out from the back, concede a throw in here against Fulham. Top of the league is Brentford with 5 points. Arsenal in second with 5. West Ham in third with 3. Tottenham have got 2 points. Crystal Palace have got 2 points. They're sitting 4th and 5th respectively. Fulham sit above tonight's opponents with 2 points in 6th as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Fulham can move up to be level with Arsenal and Brentford, or whether they'll move level with West Ham or stay or drop to the bottom of the table. As the ball is played in towards the penalty, looking for a Broya, and it's collected there by Bern Leno. And when I read some of those stats out there, Luke, is Chelsea, and I also mentioned I've not won in the last 6 away derbies. Won 9 of the previous 10 before that, between January 2021 and October 22. It seems to be derbies that seem to be a problem for Chelsea this season.
Well, I don't really think it's just derbies for Chelsea. I think it's every game, because if they keep playing like they have been doing in this game, in all those other games previously and the games coming up, they're not going to score many goals because they're not being very clinical in the final third or having any quality. Like, seriously, this is Chelsea.
Yes, and we're looking at what Chelsea's best 11 was at the start of the day, with everybody fit, and with that team that it says a bit best 11. Fulham win a corner, came off Timothy Castagna there. Cross came in, looking up, and it's off for Thiago Silva to try to get the ball in towards the penalty area. 6.5 minutes gone, it remains Fulham 0, Chelsea. No real goal mouth action has been happening in the last few minutes. That's why I've just been discussing some of the stats and give you some of the more information and get some opinions from them. We'll watch this corner come in, and then I'll finish my point, which I was just saying, is Andres Pereira has to move one football off of the pitch, so he can take the corners and be whipped in towards the near post, or is into the centre, flicked on, heads go up, he's still in the penalty area, he heads it away. Castagna helps it back in towards Harry Wilson on the edge of the penalty area. Wilson goes down, no free kick given against Fernandez, and now Chelsea will come away here with Conor Gallagher. Out wide, he goes to Moises Caicedo. Ball switched to this left hand side, looking for Levi Colwell. Just keeps the ball in play against Castagna. Chips the ball in for Mikhailo Mudryk, and Chelsea have taken the lead. It's Mikhailo Mudryk for Chelsea, who have scored the first blood in this game and in this London derby, and it said something had to give. And Chelsea, who are yet to win a London derby this season, score their second in London derbies this season, and they lead by a goal to nil. And his man who you criticised a few moments ago, Michaela Mudryk.
Yeah, well, it was decent build-up play from Chelsea. A great ball out to Levi Colwill. Absolutely brilliant. I really liked that. And the ball from Colwill into Mudryk again was top class. And the finish was measured. It was low. It was what I've basically been asking for. And that's how you score goals. He slid it between the legs of the keeper into the goal, and Chelsea are winning. I mean, that was a really good move.
Yes, really, really good move. And that's a wonderful ball across. I think it was from Caicedo who played a wonderful ball out wide to Levi Cole there. Or it could have been potentially Axel Desai. But that was a fantastic ball. Just in again, and it's 2-0. Amanda Broyer scored straight from the kick-off. Chelsea have gone down the end, won the ball back and scored. It may go down as a Tim Remo goal. Chelsea won't care. Amanda Broyer claims it for now. And it's Fulham 0, Chelsea 2.
Well, Chelsea couldn't score for ages, and then two comes at the same time. I mean, what were Fulham doing at the back? Like messing around a bit at the back from the goalkeeper out to Tim Ream. He gives it straight away to I think it's Gallagher into Brozier and and slid into the net. I mean, you can't do that in the Premier League. You can't have that much time on the ball. You really can't. It was Cole
Yeah,
Palmer.
Cole Palmer with the ball through to Emmanuel Broyer. Tim Ream tried to clear it away and it is straight up at Emmanuel Broyer. And Broyer doubles. Chelsea's lead. And their fans away to our left hand side are absolutely cock up with joy. Coming here, not scoring a goal in London derbies, only scoring one and conceding 3 prior to this one tonight. And now have scored 2 in quick succession and have now scored 3 goals in London derbies. 3 against 1-0 goal difference. And they now move level on points with West Ham in London derbies with 3. But they could climb above the table in the correct table this evening with this. If they can hold on to this, as Chelsea will come forward again. Here's Conor Gallagher inside the centre circle. Sprays the ball out wide here. Is Palmer who wins inside a free kick foul by Robinson on Cole Palmer. And a lot's been mentioned about Cole Palmer when he switched from Fulham across to not from Fulham, when he switched from Man City to Chelsea. A lot of people were saying it's a wrong move for him. Should stay, develop better. He'll probably develop better under Pep Guardiola than Maurizio Pochettino. As Mudryk fetched Crowell forward here now, so we just watch this attack play out. Issa Diop goes down, free kick to Fulham. Foul on Issa Diop. But he's not really started many games for Chelsea, but in the games that you saw him play for Man City over the past couple of seasons, what sort of player do you think Chelsea have got in Cole Palmer, Luke?
Well, Cole
We'll just
Palmer
break
can
off a
create.
moment as Chelsea almost in there again with through to Leno as now Diop has the ball for Fulham. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, Cole Palmer can create chances, and he's really good at running with the ball. I just think maybe he holds on for it way too much, which is why Man City allowed him to go to Chelsea. But I still think he's got a bright future. I just think he's got to develop a little bit more, and maybe Chelsea with this young squad's actually what Cole Palmer needed.
Yes, and I wonder if he'll start to thrive now at Chelsea. Is Fulham in possession with Diop? Now it's Timothy Castagne just keeps the ball in play and chips it down the line. Look for Harrison Reed. Jimenez is chasing after that one too. Wilson will be underneath this. Headed downfield, headed away by Caicedo. Castagne's in there again. Colwell heads it away this time. Flicked on by Conor Gallagher. And this is Diop is there to said, but Gallagher has won the ball back fairly according to the referee, Tim Robinson. He's now trying to get Cole Palmer away. Cole Palmer's can't get away over that far side, and that's good defending from Anthony Robinson and Jalpalini to stop Cole Palmer again there. And then Cole Palmer has just done absolutely fantastic to slide in and block the clearance from Anthony Robinson and force a Fulham throwing near their own penalty area over on our near side. Chelsea nil, Fulham nil, Chelsea 2, so say if you just tune into us here on the commentary, Russ Vernon alongside Luke Turton this evening for your Monday Night Football, and Chelsea have a 2-goal lead against their London rivals, which are quite close to each other. As the Sarti clears the ball away for Chelsea, and Fulham are just coming back at them now. Here's Diop into Harry Wilson. Wilson, wonderful ball to find Timothy Castagna. Can Castagna get the ball in? He can't. Mudryk is bad there brilliantly to challenge not once but twice. But he still comes away with it. Castagna was limping away from that challenge. Now it's a Diop into Alison Reid. Back to Timothy Castagna. Castagna with the ball towards the penalty area and just headed away at the bar post there by Marco Cuellar. William was coming in on the bar post, but that's better from Fulham. Wonderful ball in from Castagna, and they almost got any of that there with the ball into the penalty area. Castagna's again up for this corner. Raul Jimenez around the 6-yard box. So as Castagna goes towards and join him in there, Willian across to take it. Goes short to Castagna, back to Willian again. Low ball in towards Wilson. He goes through his legs and behind him, and Marco Cuellar, the former Brighton player, can come away with the ball for Chelsea. Forced back to Enzo Fernandez. Now to Sarti to Cucurella. Fernandez has it again. Can't turn away. Fulham winner throwing it down really quickly. Pereira does well. Here's Tim Ream. Drops it back to Issa Diop, and now Alison Reid takes over. Wonderful bit of play here now for Anthony Robinson. Down the line is Willian. Wonderful play from Willian. He goes one way, trying to get past Cole Palmer. Here's Jalpalini. Edge of the penalty area he goes. Now Timothy Castagna coming forward. Wonder what Chelsea can do here. As the ball is played out wide brilliantly for Anthony Robinson. Down the line it goes. Pereira drops it further down the line for Willian, who gets the ball into the penalty area, but the ball had gone out for a throw over on that far side. Fulham trying to keep their way back into it, Luke, but they can't seem to do that at the moment.
No, they're just struggling to get that final ball right and break through Chelsea. I think the midfield of Caicedo and Gallagher is working brilliantly so far.
Yeah, and you'd have to say as well, Luke, that our midfield battle has been won by Chelsea so far as well. As here comes Enzo Fernandez. Spread into Michaelo Mudryk. Mudryk goes forward down the left-hand side and towards the penalty. Mudryk still going. Puts the ball across and Ben Leno's there. Emmanuel Brody was trying to say needs to be higher and over the top there, but that's good play again from Chelsea, Luke.
Good play. I kind of agree with Brogan that needed to go kind of a bit higher and over the top. Low at that pace. If no one's running across the near post, then you're not going to get anything from that move. So probably poor bit of end product from Mudryk, but definitely decent run.
Yeah, good run again from Chelsea, starting to get back on the front foot. Now Chelsea after Fulham had a little bit of a spell a couple of moments ago. Can Fulham try and create something here now? Jalpalini sends a wonderful ball over the top, looking for Andres Pereira, who can't keep the ball in play, and he was a bit annoyed with that situation. And Raul Jimenez has had the fewest touches in this game with form. Caicedo 7, Sanchez 9, Mudryk and Pereira both with 10. As the Sarti has the ball at the back and he clears it away up against Raul Jimenez, and now Diop has it for Fulham. Inside the centre circle, inside his own half. Across now to Tim Ream. Move towards halfway, back in across the centre circle, and Diop, who can't pick out Harrison reading now. Joe Fernandez can play running football for Cole Palmer, who's onside. Cole Palmer trying to get in. Breuer should have gone for goal himself. Fernandez goes for goal, but just over. And Chelsea starting to turn the screw in now and go on top. And that's a glorious opportunity with which they should really be taking there, Luke.
Yeah, that was a golden chance, that one. Really, I think Cole Palmer's ball was poor. He just passed it aimlessly towards the onrushing players. Then it came back out to Fernandez, and again, just getting underneath it. If he got more of his foot on that, it'd have probably gone towards the corner. He just got the bit just underneath the flat foot, underneath it, and he went straight over the bar.
Yes, still 2-0 to Chelsea if you're just tuning into us here on the commentary. We're also live on commentary 2. And also a big thanks to our friends at Tatum Talks Football for taking this coverage this evening. Unfortunately, if you normally listen on JB Sports and Storm FM, unfortunately due to technical reasons, we're unable to broadcast over there at the moment in time. So if you're wanting to listen to that, you have to come over to the main T-Sub channel if you want to listen to your coverage for the moment. As here comes Chelsea to do some defenders. Jimenez gets well behind him, well, really led Desai, but Desai recovers well and clears it away the second time of asking. And now Palmer can send Emmanuel Breuer away, who's up on his own up against João Paulinho. And Emmanuel Breuer can't keep the ball in play. He's out for a throw into Fulham there, but Emmanuel Breuer thought he got himself a throw in there. But Fulham have gone in quickly and will try and come forward again here now. Diop. What can he do with possession as he plays a wonderful ball over the top, looking for the run of Harry Wilson. Bounces out on the far side, and Sanchez just lets it roll out of play for goal kickers. We see Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Good as half an hour gone then, and look, so far Chelsea must do have the lead, but Fulham are showing play some good football as well. So Chelsea after 30 minutes of this first half and final 15 going into us final 15 minutes, who would you say the happier manager would be out of Marco Silva and Maurizio Pochettino?
Pochettino, definitely. They've got the lead. They're playing probably the better football, and the midfield's in control.
Yes, they are in control as Chelsea can try and come forward. Cole Palmer drops it all the way back to Sanchez as he tried to go around the Fulham player, which over on that far side, which was Willian, who stopped him in his tracks. And now Castagna has the ball back as Breuer initially won it from Mr. Diop. Leno, the former Arsenal goalkeeper, will look to get the ball forward. He plays the ball out wide, looking for the run of Robinson. Now it is Diop again from Tim Ream's pass. Now Castagna. Chip ball down the line, looking for the run of Harrison Reed. Wilson came short as Reed went beyond him. Fernandez is just turned on the ball brilliantly. And this is good bit of play forward here from Chelsea. Caicedo for Gallagher. Just starting out wide for Marco Correa. Correa does well and wins his side of throwing. Palmer thought about taking it quickly, but leaves it for Marco Correa. Takes it to Gallagher, who does well. All the way back it goes to Sanchez. All in yellow tonight, Sanchez. And he's dropped all the way back. Sanchez again. Thiago Silva now has it. Forward it goes to Caicedo, who turns on it well. Still going Caicedo. Drops it into Enzo Fernandez, who sprays the ball out wide looking for Marco Correa, who just gets across there to keep the ball in play and keep this move alive. Chelsea still lead by 2 goals to nil if you're just joining us. Thanks to goals from Emmanuel Breuer scoring the second and Michaela Mudryk Scoring the first, and here's Mudryk. Can't take on Timothy Castagna. And Castagna does well to tidy up, and here's Fulham coming forward. Castagna again inside, away from Gallagher. Across now to Ben Leno. Wonderful play this as Fulham will come forward. Here's Anthony Robinson. Wonderful play from Robinson. Back he goes to Ream. Who goes in field to Ream. Pereira drops deep to win the ball. To come and get the ball off Ream, and now Robinson plays it for Jimenez out around the corner for Willian, who gets taken out by Marco Correa, and then Correa also takes out Raul Jimenez. And Marco Correa will go into the referee's naughty book and pick up the game's first yellow card. Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. And what do you think Fulham need to do, Luke, in the second half? And I'll finish asking this question, you can answer after this free kick. What do Fulham need to do in the second half, or before the half time, if you have to get back into this game? And we'll get Luke's answer on that question after this free kick has been taken by Fulham. Wilson and Pereira standing over this. Diop, Ream, Castagna, Polina, and Jimenez all inside the penalty area. It goes towards Polina. Williams there, but the offside flag's up against Yao Polina. And Luke, your thoughts on that question? I asked you what did Fulham need to do to get back into the game, either before half time or after half time for you?
Move the ball quicker, get a bit of movement off the ball and try and get into some space, because at the minute it's far too simple and far too easy.
Yeah, and they've won themselves a throw here, Fulham, as Chelsea tried to come forward and they couldn't keep the ball in place. It's walked downfield. Raul Jimenez flicks it on, but the offside flag is up, and Jasari has possession for Chelsea. Which obviously lets Fernandez take the free kick. Into Caicedo, back to Fernandez, and across to the Sarti. Sarti gets it back from Palmer, and drops it all the way back to Robert Sanchez, who finds Levi Colwell, who's played well in this adopted left-hand side of defence role. There's Castagna coming away with the ball for Fulham, but there's a foul on Levi Colwell. And was there much in that one for you?
It was soft, but it's probably a free kick.
Yes, as we come towards the final 5 minutes, into towards the final 4 and a bit minutes of the first half. It remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. If you're just joining us here on the commentary, Russ Vernon alongside Luke Turton, your commentary team here this evening, as the throw-in will be taken by Castagna on the far side. Complete 2 or 3 yards away from the touchline, and Chelsea have now in a throw-in as they try and come away with possession. As Gallagher lose out, but Caicedo couldn't take it on his stride. Gallagher was fouled. Free kick was given. Andres Pereira not happy. Luke, your thoughts? Is this a free kick?
Yeah, it just takes him out of the waist. It's definitely a free kick, that one. You can't do that.
Yeah, and I'm trying to work out why he's not saying that it's not a free kick, other than it's against him and against his side who are trailing, and they need everything they need to do in this to get back into it. And as here comes Cole Palmer now for Chelsea, plays the ball through for Manuel Breuer. Waits on the penalty, puts the ball across, and there needs to be someone gambling on that back post. No one was gambling for Chelsea, and Harry Wilson will fetch this ball away. But Fulham goes down, free kick given, foul on Wilson in the end from Cole Palmer. And Chelsea almost in again now, Luke.
Yeah, it was a good ball through to Brian, and the ball gets pulled across. They were either too far back or the ball was too far across. Either way, neither was good enough.
Yes, as Fulham tries to spread the play out widely near side left, as Robinson now has the ball for Ream. Good play this from Fulham as they keep the ball and spread it out to this far side for Castagna to chip down the line look for Harrison Reed. He's an up and under, goes behind for a throw-in to Fulham, who take it quickly as they want to go on with proceedings. Here is Castagna, can't get the ball infield. Is cleared away up towards halfway and just over halfway, in fact, and runs aimlessly all the way through to Ben Leno as Leno just takes control of the game. Here is Tim Ream, who will look to fetch the ball forward for Fulham as they look to find a way back into this game. It remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. If you're just trying to see on the commentary, Russ Vernon to guide you along this action this evening alongside Luke Turton, our resident Forest fan here on the channel. He'll be happy with the point that Forest score yesterday. I noticed that he wasn't happy with that he was wasn't happy with the performance from the match officials at the City Ground yesterday. And so far tonight, Luke, the officials have got everything spot on so far, touching a
Yeah,
load of beats of wood that we've got around
yeah.
us.
Let's not curse it.
Yeah, as a free kick from Chelsea, trying to catch Ben Leno out from Michaela Mudryk, goes wide over the target in the end. As we see Mudryk score again, fantastic ball in from Cowell, fantastic bring down on his chest, and slotted it on well did Michaela Mudryk. And then Tim Ream trying to clear the ball, he comes off Amanda Breuer and rolls into the empty net. It's now Fulham with Wilson. Can get into the penalty area, right hand side. He's cut out for a corner. That's better from Fulham. After going a bit direct this time. Try and keep on the front foot. But it's better for them. Better that they can keep possession and force Chelsea back before half time into the final 5 minutes plus any injury time. The referee, Tim Robinson, has told Simon Hooper to add on. Pereira delivers the ball into his penalty. And from Jimenez is just wide. And Raul Jimenez, really there, Luke, should be scoring.
That has to be on target. If you're gonna head the ball from there, you've got to get that on target. You can't put him that wide. Not when you're 2-0 down. Nah.
I'm wondering if he only went with that header like he did to make the keeper dive, knowing full well it was on the TV as we come towards the final 4 minutes of the first half, which has been a good first half to say the least. Fulham 0, Chelsea 2 is the scoreline. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary hub, we're also live on commentary hub 2, and we're also live again for first time in quite a while. Well, not the first time, we've been on it for the past few days, but for quite a while, we're back with our talk. Turton Talks football listeners as well, so thank you to those, and thank you to the man alongside me, Luke Turton, for allowing us to go onto his channel as well with some of the matches at this moment in time. As Fulham 0, Chelsea 2 is the latest one that we're offering for you tonight. Here's Michaela Mudryk, cuts in field, wonderful bit of play, gives the ball away. Alice Wilson's there, free kick goes away of Chelsea, and I'm not sure here, Luke, whether Tim Robinson was going to give that. I think he only gave that when the Chelsea players complained.
I think he gave that as soon as the Fulham player touched the ball. I don't think he's given that. If Chelsea had kept the ball, he would have played advantage there, but he's probably thought no advantage, free kick. I'm not sure whether it was when the Chelsea played appealed because I didn't see many appeal around where the play was. So I think maybe it was the fact that the Fulham players touched the ball. You're trying to play advantage, there was none, so it's a free kick.
Yes, and we'll see how this free kick pans out for Chelsea. Can they get the third goal and really put this tie to bed? Ball into the penalty, edge go up. Reed heads it away. Only as far as Fernandez. Fish for Anthony Robinson, but the flag is up for offside inside the penalty area there, and Fulham holding a good line this time to catch Chelsea in the side in an offside position there. As now here comes Timothy Castagna, who can break downfield. He's chested down well there, and the ball is act forward, and he runs aimlessly through to Issa Diop, who finds Tim Ream, who can fetch the ball forward for Fulham. Here's Willian. Good turn this. Down the line, it goes to Anthony Robinson. Ball whipped in, cleared away. It's going to be a throw-in to Fulham as we draw an end to the first half, which is still Fulham nil, Chelsea 2. If you're tuning into us, it is Willian inside the penalty. Willian puts the ball across. Just saw he's there, and the side clears it behind. And this is yet another corner for Chelsea, and they really need to corner for Fulham. And Fulham really need to pay off some of these corners and try and get a way back into it, Luke, if they can, from this corner here from Harrison Reed, who'll take it in towards the penalty. Edge go cleared away, and now this is Act all the way down through into the final minutes of the first half. It's Fulham nil, Chelsea 2 here on the commentary of Russ Vernon alongside Luke Turton. If you're just joining us here on the commentary, we'll in a moment we'll get Luke's thoughts on the first half as a whole and which manager he thinks will be the happier of the two before myself and Luke take a quick break for our it's half time and get a few refreshments on board. It's Fulham nil, Chelsea 2. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary of Russ Vernon alongside Luke Turton, as I keep reminding you this evening. Here's Diop now for Chelsea in towards Bern Leno. Good play this now for Fulham as they're into 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Back to Bern Leno again. And Leno will look to get the ball forward. Brings it down well as he's chipped over the top, looking for the one of Jimenez, who can't bring it under his spell. And he runs through into the arms gratefully for Robert Sanchez. And that's good play again from Fulham. Just couldn't take it in his stride there. Jimenez, Luke.
I think if the ball would have gone straight over the top instead of coming off Colwell's head, Jimenez would have probably took that in his midriff. But yeah, I think the header took it slightly away, so probably good defending there from Levi Colwell.
Yes, and here's Colwell again, as Chelsea have got an advantage after a foul on Mudryk. Levi Colwell, edge of the penalty area now. On the left hand side, crossing into the field. Emmanuel Brothers inside the box. Pulls the ball back, can't pick out Gallagher. And Fulham survive. And now Chelsea will come again. Or will they just try and get to half time as Desai brings it away to Caicedo. Fernandez. More Cucurella. Down the line it goes to Gallagher. Cucurella again. Back it goes this time, and all the way back it goes into the path of Robert Sanchez in the goal for Chelsea. Fulham nil, Chelsea 2 is the scoreline at the start of the final few seconds of first half stoppage time, should I say, as he's all the way back now as he comes. Well, Chelsea with the ball forward, but there goes the half-time whistle. And it's Fulham nil, Chelsea 2 at half-time, and it's been a fantastic game so far. Chelsea edging with the two late goals. Fulham have had some chances but can't take them at the moment. But Chelsea being clinical with their two chances. Chelsea could have had more goals. But half time is Fulham nil, Chelsea 2. And just hear the final thoughts on that first half action from Luke Turton.
Yeah, I think Chelsea are probably the better side. They've been controlling the midfield. I mean, Conor Gallagher's been absolutely outstanding in that first half. Royer's movement's been pretty decent too. I think they've, they've been better movement off the ball from Chelsea than Fulham. I think if I was Marco Silva, I'd be really disappointed in that first half. They haven't really offered a lot, and they're losing the midfield. They're losing out wide. They've messed around with it at the back to concede that second goal. I don't really see where the positives are for Fulham so far, but Chelsea definitely are on top.
Yes, as Luke just says, Chelsea on top so far. So the break then is Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Join myself and Luke shortly for the second half. Welcome back to the Colin Chubbs coverage, where we've just seen a change for Chelsea as Michaelo Mudryk, the scorer of the first goal, is replaced by Ian Matson as we get ready for the second half to get underway. Emmanuel Breuer will be the player to kick us off for the second half, and we're back underway for the start of the second period between Fulham and Chelsea. Remains Fulham 0, Chelsea. If you've just joined us here this evening, is a ball from Palmer. Good bit of play from Palmer. This is now, here comes Chelsea. Wonderful play. Palmer gets it again. Here's Marco Correa. We'll go through the lineups shortly for you, just to recap the lineups at the start of the second half as we see Chelsea take lead by 2 goals to the way of Fulham. As here comes Fulham now. Wonderful bit of play this from Polina into Harrison Reed. Out to this near side, and Willian with the chip ball to the back post, and here's Harry Wilson. Pierced round ball by the Chelsea players. Wilson delivers a cross in. No ball given, and is put behind for a throw into Fulham off of Ian Matson's. But then when you're through the two sides, it's Leno in goal for Fulham. Castagna, Diop, Ream and Robinson across the back. Reed, Pelina and Pereira in midfield, with Wilson and Willian either side of Raul Jimenez. For Chelsea now, it's Sanchez in goal, Correa, Desai, Silva and Colwell across the back. Gallagher and Caicedo in midfield. Palmer, Fernandez and Matson is now the three behind the lone striker of Armando Broja. As now here is Cole Palmer. Does well, does Cole Palmer, wins his side a throw he thought he had, as Fulham getting a throw in the second half. Reminder that Tim Robinson is a match referee, assisted by Stuart Burton, Eddie Smart, Simon Hooper on for official duty, with John Brooks and Mark Scholes manning the VAR duty down at Stockley Park. And so far, touch wood, Luke, no VAR controversies tonight.
Let's not speak too soon, Russ.
Yes, it is Armando Broja down the far right-hand side for Chelsea. Infield to Conor Gallagher. Chelsea attacking the goal away to our left in this second half. Here's Cole Palmer. Gives the ball into us. Broja, who heads it just over the bar. In the end, Armando Broja in there for a second Chelsea goal of the season. And it was a wonderful ball in from Palmer, but just couldn't direct his head on target there, Luke.
No, it's a bit underneath it, and I think the ball might have been a bit too high, in fairness to Broja. Comes in, and he's just underneath it. He couldn't really get over it to get towards the goal, but yeah, not a great finish, that.
Yeah, here's Broja again. Can he have another bite of the cherry? Matson gives the ball away as Ream picks up for Fulham. Now Andres Pereira up against Caicedo and Fernandez. Free kick to Fulham. Foul on Andres Pereira by Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez together there. It was in a Caicedo Fernandez sandwich there, was Andres Pereira. No kind of sandwich he'd like to be in or be involved in for at all this season. As here's Tim Ream dropping it all the way back to Bern Leno. And now is Issa Diop. Gets the ball forward into the path of Harry Wilson. Wilson goes down. No free kick given as Gallagher can come away with the ball for Chelsea. Into us Moises Caicedo. Does well. Back into Gallagher. Palmer. Caicedo to Palmer again. Fernandez drops the ball back. And now it's the sign from Thiago Silva's pass. Out wide is Marco Correa, who goes in field. Was cut out brilliantly there by João Palhinha, who cut off that supply line and hasn't really got into the game much. And we know what sort of player he is. He can score from anywhere, can João Palhinha. He's scored some fantastic goals in his Fulham career. I remember one in the FA Cup against Leeds last season, which he got a stunning strike in which the Leeds fan who doesn't really impress me, or I don't really like to remind myself of that, as it's Conor Gallagher for now for Chelsea. How wide is Marco Correa, but you can't find him. Anthony Robinson nips him, but lingers it to Correa into Gallagher. Wonderful cross from Gallagher, but 2-0 the goalkeeper in the end. But Chelsea again down the right hand side, the far right hand side, Luke, causing a few problems there for Fulham.
Yeah, I'd say that Mark Correa is the only player that doesn't look as relaxed as the rest of them. It's always a little bit frantic when it goes across to Cucurella, but yeah, again, Chelsea seem to be controlling things through that midfield and getting the ball to wider areas. So again, I'd say they're more on top so far.
Yes, and be interested to see what both managers said to their sides at half time as myself, Russ Vennon and Luke Turton watch on. Here's Raul Jimenez. Good for work from the Mexican. Out wide to Anthony Robinson. Into Willian inside the penalty area. Back to Robinson again. Edge go up, just cleared away to the edge of the penalty area. And there's a free kick in there. Foul on Levi Colwell, who wins Chelsea a free kick there, Luke.
Yeah, the ball came in, and then I think it was Polina just leans into Colwell and just shoves him over. Not really. Oh, I think it's Castagna actually, but what wasn't great, and yeah, don't
Interesting to
need that.
see. Yes, absolutely, Luke. We don't need that in our game as it is aforementioned Colwell, who gives it away to Diop, and Fulham can attack. Back he goes to Castagna. What can Fulham do with this ball in now? Here's Wilson back to Castagna again. Out wide it goes, drops it back to Issa Diop, and Issa Diop will look to come forward. And he's got the ball back again because there's no avenue for Fulham to get forward at this moment in time. All the avenues to go forward has been closed down, so they're having to play around in triangles, involve Burn Leno much more than they'd like to here, Fulham. And now here is Wilson chasing after this, and Jimenez is there too, and Jimenez gets there. Now Thiago Silva just gets the ball back and goes down. Thiago Silva out for a throw in, no free kick to Chelsea. Castagna with the throw in for Fulham. Back to Harrison Reed, who will look to get the ball forward, but the substitution for Fulham is going to be made, which will see number 7, Raul Jimenez, replaced by Carlos Vinicius. And Jimenez, the Mexican's not really going into this game much today. And I think it's probably the right call to freshen things up in the attack. There's also going to be another change for Fulham, which we'll see Harry Wilson make way for the Nigerian Alex Iwobian. Look, double change there for Fulham. We'll get your thoughts on it in a second, but and probably 2 attacking changes, possibly 2 of the main 2 that could potentially bring on who can thrive in them sorts of areas. Other than Obadiah Dovrido, we'll probably see a little bit later on, I would imagine, if the score remains as it is, or Fulham get one back, as here's Castagna, wonderful ball in towards the penalty area. Cleared away as far as Robinson. Back he goes on halfway, inside the centre circle, inside the Chelsea half, as Remus the ball forward. The player goes down there, and he goes behind for a goal kick. It was Colwell and Castagna went down together. Well, Luke, your thoughts on Wilson and Jimenez's contribution for Fulham in this game so far until they've gone off? Do you think they've had a good impact, and potentially any of those two could have changed it for Fulham with the changes that Silva made?
Not really off that showing. I mean, I'm struggling to really think of an involvement that him had actually had.
Yes, it is. Caicedo coming forward for Chelsea. Onto the edge of the box is Emmanuel Broy, edge of the penalty area. Palmer. Broy and Palmer win it back. Fairly close referee, and Palmer goes for goal. Straight down the throat of Ben Leno in the end. But that's good play again from Chelsea. And Cole Palmer getting another strike on target for Chelsea. And he commits a free kick. And then just kicks the ball away in frustration. And he goes into the referee's notebook for kicking the ball away with a free kick. Fouling Anthony Robinson yet again, and he's been in the wars today, Luke.
Yeah, the finishing bit to my previous point was that Harry Wilson spent most of his time when he was on the actual pitch, like he was on the floor. And yeah, I think again, yeah, Anthony Robinson's been in the wars a little bit tonight too. Silly from Cole Palmer. You don't need to kick the ball away like that. It's just stupid.
Yeah, this season, if you kick the ball away, you're going to get booked. And players have been told that at the start of the season, so I don't see why most players still do it these days. It is Robinson with the ball in. Wonderful ball back towards, into the centre towards Carlos Vinicius from the substitute. Alex Iwobi, the two substitutes almost combined, but that was unlucky there from Fulham.
Good ball in from Anthony Robinson, and Alex Iwobi just struggles to get on the end of it.
Yeah, if you go a clinical connection onto that, look, probably might have found Carlos Vinicius as Alison Reed brings down Moses Caicedo there, and Chelsea have gone with the free kick quickly, and coming away with the ball is Gallagher out wide. Diop brings him down, but Fernandes has possession for Chelsea, so the play will continue. Ball given away though this time, and now Pereira goes down, advantage. Andres Pereira, but the referee now blows up for a free kick. Andres Pereira will take the free kick for Fulham, and there was no advantage in the end, which is why the free kick was initially given. And Fulham are trying to say that Gallagher wasn't by the full 10 yards, and they tried to take the free kick quickly and should be booked for it. But I don't think Tim Robinson is having any of that from the Fulham players, including Yao Polina, who was probably the lead instigator in that. Tim Ream is about to take this free kick now, though. Across to Andres Pereira, who will look to switch the play well. And that's Castagna with the ball in towards the penalty, towards Carlos Vinicius, who's never even touched it. I don't think even touched Thiago Silva there. Vinicius goes into the book for a foul. Thiago Silva's not happy. Levi Cole not happy. And Luke, your thoughts on this one? Is this a foul?
Yeah, he just whacks him straight down into the middle of his neck. That's gonna be painful. That was
Yeah, the
totally
first viewing though.
unnecessary.
First viewing though, Luke, that we had, I couldn't really see what actually happened. I just saw Thiago Silva go down, and then a yellow card brandished. But since you just explained that, then since on the replay, why is he doing that? There's no need for him to do that. If VAR see that, he could have potentially seen a red card for violent conduct.
I just don't understand what goes through some players' brains sometimes. Like, why? Like, why?
Is it why you don't? And look, why don't you understand it?
Oh, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. There's no need for
Yeah.
it.
Here's Cucurella now for Chelsea. Now to Sati. And there's Fernandes who flicks it around the corner for Thiago Silva. Now he's picked out Cowell into Fernandes again. Now Conor Gallagher gets involved. To Sati once more as he tries to fetch the ball forward for Chelsea. Here is Marco Correa. That's a wonderful ball over the top. Brilliantly. Can Chelsea get on end of this? Anthony Robinson, fantastic defending there to knock it back to Bern Leno, and now Fulham will try and come forward. Diop has the ball, gets the ball back from Castagna as he initially played it to the Belgian. And Diop gets it back to Castagna. Castagna gets the ball forward. And that's a wonderful run. Onside is Carlos Vinicius. All over the play. Finds Alex Iwobi. It's a to Alex Iwobi. Shot is blocked by Levi Cole. Ian Matson's there to clear it away. After a throw in. And Fulham now starting to get on the front foot and starting to find a bit of room and a bit of space to try and hurt Chelsea's. Jalpolina goes down but then gets back up as continues his run into Carlos Vinicius. Back off to Jalpolina and out for a throw to Chelsea. Almost an hour gone then, Luke. What's been your overall thoughts on this start of this first period of the second half with almost 15 minutes of the second half gone?
Well, Chelsea started brightly. Fulham have made a couple of changes and they've changed the complexion a little bit, but yeah, still not a lot of quality at either end currently.
Yes, as Fulham will try and come away as Timothy Castagne wins his side of throwing and going with it quickly is Alex Iwobi. Good big control from Fulham as he will try and create things. It's out wide this far side of Robinson, down the line for Willian. The former Chelsea player will look to try and create things against his former side. And he sprays a wonderful ball to this near side and Alex Iwobi. Iwobi gets the ball in towards the penalty area. It breaks for Willian on the edge of the box. Cucurella just challenges and wins the header against him. Fulham will come again though as Castagna picks up again. Down the line is Harrison Reed. Back to Timothy Castagna. It goes across to Tim Ream inside the centre circle inside the Chelsea half now. Can't pick out Robinson, who's the Palmer cut out his pass, and now Cole Palmer does well. You saw the run of Robinson getting back, so he checked inside and found another route for Chelsea to go down. Here's Cucurella. Thiago Silva with the ball forward, but he's poor in the end from Thiago Silva. That was almost through to the goalkeeper Ben Leno, and he now plays it into Issa Diop, and Chelsea will try and come forward here now. Wonderful bit of move in the end, but couldn't find the breakthrough as here comes Issa Diop. And now Chelsea will try and come forward. Wonderful playing to Harrison Reed out wide. It goes well. Timothy Castagna onside into Harrison Reed again. Carlos Vinicius is there, but the header is just over. He was stretching back to try and go on the end of it as he put just a question behind him. Well, good chance again for Fulham, goes back in.
That needed to go in front of Carlos Vinicius, not behind him. Because the ball goes slightly behind him, so to slightly lean back to flick it. Whereas if the ball was in front of him, he might be able to dive with a diving header on that.
Yes, and Chelsea almost getting called out there from playing out from the back. It is Conor Gallagher now. Breaking forward for Chelsea. Here's Emmanuel Broya. Goes one way, and Emmanuel Broya still going. Finds Gallagher again. Back into Broya. It breaks off with Matson. It's the post. Fernandez is there. Fantastic save by Ben Leno and a block as well by Timothy Castagna. But Ian Matson strikes the post. And how unlucky can Chelsea be from not making it 3-0 there, Luke Turton?
Great play from Conor Gallagher in the build-up again, by the way, to link up well with Broya, and then to give it back. And Martin's shot is inches away. It's just like you get inches on towards that post, towards that top corner, but Fernandez on the follow through probably should do that first time. As soon as it came across to him, I think he should have smashed that instead of taking a touch and then trying to do it and letting the keeper and Castagna come sliding across.
Yes, and there's a Chelsea player down. Emmanuel Broya is down there. Looks like his night is over. And it looks like it'll be Raheem Sterling, the Chelsea man, who may be coming on for Emmanuel Broya. If he has to go off, as Sterling was just getting a bit of instructions. It remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2, 63 minutes on the clock. Russell and Luke Turton, Emmanuel Broya being helped off and walking gingerly off. One physio talking to the bench, other one making sure he's okay as he walks across in front of his own fans. There is Emmanuel Broya as we see his goal again. Fantastic ball through from Cole Palmer. Tim Ream tried to cut it out and he just took a deflection off his leg and went beyond the goalkeeper, Leno, who couldn't keep it out. And Chelsea, that was the second, is Raheem Sterling, as I mentioned, comes on to replace Emmanuel Broya, and then we'll add a different dimension now to this Chelsea attack as Chelsea have a corner in towards the penalty. De Saucy heads over, and he couldn't get the header down. He got the I think he got the right connection, so he couldn't head it down as Fulham will make a change now, which will see the club captain Tom Kearney come on, and he will replace Harrison Reed. And Fulham may need a bit of Kearney magic if they are to get back into this game.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Kearney hasn't been involved a lot more, to be fair. Like, we all know he can do a bit of brilliance, but they obviously prefer better players, but I don't even think at the minute that the other options are that good.
Yes, we'll have to wait and see if he decides to say to his manager, "You've made the wrong choices. You should have been starting me." Tom Kearney, we wonder if that will be happening soon. As here comes Tim Ream for Fulham. Wonderful ball over the top. Trying to pick out Timothy Castagno. Can he get there? He can. Leaves a ball in off a Corwell behind for a corner. And that's a root one at ball there from Fulham. From Ream to Castagno. Castagno's with ball in. Deflects off the chest of Corwell behind for a corner, which gives chance for Ream and Diop to get forward and into this attack. As Joe Paulinho will take. There's plenty of bodies inside there. Comes towards Diop. As you go from Castagno. Push round ball by Chelsea. By Fulham plays. Nothing given. As Sanchez has the ball. And rolls it out to the side. Here's Chelsea will look to try and build out from the back. Here's Cucurella. Back to Desai. And now Desai does well to find Moises Caicedo, who spreads the ball out well, brilliantly, to find Corwell, who will look to try and get the ball forward, but it's being forced back. That's good pressure from Fulham this time around. And I think it's Tom Kenny that's leading the press, which is good to see. Fulham needed someone who could lead the press and try and cause errors, but Chelsea have just been bypassing that all evening so far. Moises Caicedo into Marco Correa. Now Cole Palmer. Winning football over the top is fantastic to find Sterling. First round ball, nothing given against Raheem Sterling. And Sterling shoots just over. But the whistle went in the end. Round ball and Raheem Sterling goes into the referee's notebook for kicking the ball away. And Raheem Sterling was not happy with that one. Well, like we said a few moments ago, this season, kick the ball away, you're going to get booked. And you can't be doing that. And Raheem Sterling can have zero complaints about that, Luke.
Well, he said he didn't hear the whistle, but obviously I'm not sure. Like, it depends if the referee gave it for a return to have the shot or not. If you set yourself for the shot, then he's probably just following through with it, and that one might have been a
Advantage for
bit harsh.
Fulham. Here's Kenny. Out wide it goes to Robinson. What can Robinson do with this here now? Back to Tom Kearney. Willian. Kearney again. Alex Iwobi can't pick out Willian. Cleared away, but Kearney's there to pick up the pieces. Fulham beginning to knock on this Chelsea door as it comes down this near side as we see us. Here's Kearney again. Now Willian. Trying to go one way then the other, and crossing inside the Cole Palmer. But fantastic recovery challenge from Enzo Fernandez. To help out Cole Palmer. And Fulham have won themselves a throw, which will be taken by Anthony Robinson on this near side. On the far side, should I say, here's Willian now in front of the dugouts. Is the far side, where in the Johnny Ains stand as he is Andreas Pereira trying to pin the ball through, and he runs almost out of play for a goal kick to Chelsea with 21 minutes left to play, Luke. Fulham really need to find something if they're to get anything out of this game, and so far it doesn't look like they're going to do it.
No, Fulham need to get a bit more quality somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly whether they'll find that in this game.
Yes, as Cole finds Gallagher into Caicedo, back to Gallagher once more. Marco Correa. Gallagher again. That's Correa again. And now here comes the side. Brings the ball forward. Is Conor Gallagher switching the play well. Gallagher again. Now Sterling. On to Ian Matson. Inside the penalty area, Matson. Back to Raheem Sterling. Sterling just loses out to Alex Iwobi, who takes away from Matson as well. Clears away downfield, Alex Iwobi. And Chelsea will have to come again. We'll ball over the top looking for Raheem Sterling and Ian Matson down that far side from Levi Colwell. It's poor and runs out of play for a Fulham throw-in, which they need to do better with here, which Castagna will take. And they need to be better on the ball here in the end. There's a free kick there, is it? For Fulham, no free kick given. And now the play will continue as Willian brings the ball under his spell on the far side. Brilliant run from Willian. Down the line he goes into Anthony Robinson. Robinson cuts in field. Edge of the penalty area is Andres Pereira. João Paulinho does well to find Willian. Can't pick out the through pass there. Now Chelsea can try and come away with it. This guy's Cero. Sprays it out wide for Ian Matson. Matson drops the ball all the way back to Cowell into Thiago Silva, who plays a wonderful ball into find Conor Gallagher, who will look up and run at the Fulham backline and feed it out wide for Ian Matson. Matson will attack down that far side. Well, no, he goes inside to Gallagher. We in turn finds Enzo Fernandez. Now Moises Caicedo. And the ball is worked all the way into the path of Conor Gallagher. Good bit of skills here. What can they do here with possession? Here's Fulham in possession. What can they do with it now? Here's Levi Cowell coming forward. Here's Gallagher. Sprays it out wide to this near side, far side, but they can't pick up. Can Chelsea's Willian nips in for Fulham. Coming up towards the final 18 minutes of the game. It remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Two first half goals from Mudryk and Broja, the difference so far tonight. As it's a Diop. Good play to Alex Iwobi, who looks to run in field. Alex Iwobi, brilliant play. Out wide to Wilson with the ball whipped in towards the back post. Cut behind by Marco Correa. It's going to be a corner to Fulham. And if Fulham were to get one here, Luke, we could be in for what will be what they used to call a grandstand finish.
Yeah, well, Fulham have got to get something first, and they haven't looked likely so far.
Yes, as Andres Pereira will look to take this corner. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players to him. Matters. Sanchez claims it well there. Under pressure from Carlos Vinicius. And they won't score with corners or set pieces like Fulham have been producing all night. We could be sat here, Luke, until this time tomorrow and Fulham probably won't score with the way the chances have been as Sanchez clears the ball away. Masson's there, but Alex Iwobi, the Nigerian, nips in to get the ball back. What can Alex Iwobi do? He finds Pereira. João Paulinho drops it back for Diop into Ream. All the way back then to Ben Leno. Ream again. Wonderful ball from Ream, who gets out wide to Timothy Castagna. He's Alex Iwobi. Into his penalty. And Cosmos just sends it down into the ground, and he's saved in the end by Robert Sanchez. But that was all too easy again for the Chelsea goalkeeper.
Yeah, the header was way too tame on that one. I mean, if you're going to head it, you've got to properly get some power behind it. That's just a flick, and yeah, straight into Sanchez's arms. There's no way that was going to beat the keeper. No way whatsoever.
Yes, and Chelsea have a free kick foul on Cole Palmer by Willian, and Fulham will make another substitution here, and it'll be Sasa Lukic who's coming on, and it's Andres Pereira going off. And Andres Pereira, I said I bigged him up at the start, Luke, but he's not really lived up to the hype that I bigged him up for the at the start of the programme. Interesting choice there in the end if Fulham were to pull one back now with him. And maybe my words, but Sasa Lukic, when I've seen him play for Fulham, he's not really done much, and surprised by that when they've got Bobby Cordova Reed who can come on and change things. Rodrigo Muniz probably be more acute in that field there. As here comes Paulinho out wide to Willian. What can Willian do here? He's got Robinson on the other up and he finds him. Robinson gets the ball line, pulls the ball back. Come back for João Paulinho. Chelsea just defending well. Cucurella clears the ball away. Ream steps from Fernandez's loose touch. Now here comes Diop. Good work. Castagna. What can Timothy Castagna do here now? It's dropped all the way back. And now it's Tim Ream again. Less than 15 minutes to go. It remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Here on the commentary of goals from Michaela Mudryk and Armando Broja on the score sheet. All the way back to Leno now. As Fulham will start again. Alex Iwobi switching the play well into the path of Willian. Gives the ball away. And now Chelsea can come forward and attack. Caicedo. Here's Cucurella. Gets the ball forward. Palmer. Brilliant bit of play. Sterling knows over the play well and finds Cole Palmer again. Gussie Field Cole Palmer. Loses out to Willian. And then now Kearney. As if for Lukic. Alex Iwobi. João Paulinho. Drops it back to Issa Diop. Closed down by Palmer. Diop plays into midfield. And Paulinho switches the play well. Finds Willian. Who attacks down the left hand side. In there to Kearney. Ball across. And Fulham almost score. How's that not gone in? Comes out to his box to Castagna. Goes wide in the end. And Fulham really should be back in this game. Fantastic save. I don't think Sanchez knew much about it, Luke.
No, the ball comes in from Willian, and the finish shot was just quick, and it was a reaction save from Sanchez. But really, that either side of Robert Sanchez's post there, well, the right side, now they've gone in. It just drilled straight at him, though.
Yes, and that was from Sasa Lukic, who I mentioned. I've not been impressed with. He's coming in, almost made me eat my words. As Cole Palmer is being replaced now for Chelsea by Leslie Ugochukwu.
What a name.
Yes, what's the name and what's a mouthful for us commentators, Luke, as well. As he's Willian. Delivers the ball in towards the back post. Cucurella's back there for Chelsea to try and do it. There comes towards goal and saved. And then it come off Tim Ream in the end, but comfortable in the end for Robert Sanchez. As we come towards the final 12 minutes of this match, it remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. You just want to see it on the commentary of Russ Vernon alongside Luke Turton, bringing you this match today. Ball is played forward for Chelsea, but too much on it. But Fernandez to go and end up there. And he runs almost into the arms of Ben Leno, who finds Tim Ream, and Fulham can try and start building again and try and build an attack to try and get back into this game. Diop gets it back from Lukic. And now finds Castagna. Alex Iwobi to Lukic again. How wide it goes here, Fulham. Tom Kearney in the centre circle, left hand side. Spreads a wonderful ball for Anthony Robinson, who can keep the ball in play. But then he just hits his knee. As I said, he can keep the ball in play. He strikes his knee and was almost out of play for a goal kick. Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. We've come into the final 11 minutes of stoppage time. Russ Vernon alongside Luke Turton for your Premier League coverage. Hopefully we'll have some games next weekend for you, as we see. And we've got one next Sunday, in fact. Arsenal against Manchester City. I'll be involved in that broadcast. So will too will Luke. And we'll have our wonderful friend Paul James also part of the coverage for that one. Join us on air from 4:15 on Sunday for that one. Only here on the commentary hub. And now here comes Issa Diop. Wonderful play this. And now here is Tim Ream, who can come forward. Good play from Tim Ream. And now Ream can't get the ball forward as here comes Conor Gallagher, who's onside and breaking away. Conor Gallagher inside the penalty. Gallagher's shot is blocked. It breaks for Anthony Robinson, who will just tidy up. Drops the ball back. Tim Ream, who will look to start again. And now, here they come again. What can Fulham do here as Ream will fetch the ball forward? Being forced to go to Robinson, who's then being forced to go all the way back to Bern Leno and try and start again for Chelsea, for Fulham against Chelsea, who trail by 2 goals and has been to the final 9 minutes of the match. As Carlos Vinicius just brings it down under his spell. Backwards with Thiago Silva, and Chelsea will come away with possession. Fernandes to Gallagher. Here's Marco Correa. And now at Desati. And now he's back with Sanchez, who spreads out wide for Kowal. And wonderful play from Chelsea in towards the penalty area. And that's a wonderful ball in from Ian Matson, but no one in a blue shirt could get an end of that ball. And it was a fantastic ball from Moses Caicedo to get around the corner for Matson. And Matson put against Alex Iwobi. And Iwobi just clears it downfield out to play for a throw-in to Chelsea. In towards the final 8 minutes of this game. Fulham 0, Chelsea 2, as there's a man down for Chelsea. I think it might be Moises Caicedo, who's got a bit of cramp. He sees to it himself. Doesn't need the physios. Well, the physios came on in end, so he will have to be substituted. In the end, it remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. There is the Fulham owner and chairman, Shahid Khan, watching on as the East side lose or trail 2-0 to Chelsea this evening. And now, Alex Iwobi gets it back to Castagna, now finds Leno, finds Ream. Fulham switching from left to right, or right left using their goalkeepers. Now Ream down the left hand side for Anthony Robinson, who's on the charge. Robinson does well up against Marco Correa on that far side. Here is Kearney. Out wide to Willian. Close infield is Willian. Still going Willian. Strikes a goal and saved in the end by Sanchez. And look, that's better from Fulham. Just no end product resulting from that shot.
Yeah, better from Fulham, but not good enough. It was still in the remit of where Robert Sanchez was. So, yeah, it was good movement, not great end product.
Yes, it remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. As the ball is played forward. Brings the ball down as here comes Alex Iwobi. Brilliant bit of play from him. Can't get the ball forward. Ian Matson's there for Chelsea. Into Leslie Ukachukwu. And now Fulham will have to get back. His chest can break quickly, and they can. Ball trying to play through to Raheem Sterling. It's the back of it's the Diop's legs, and that's just stop that Chelsea attack from profiting even further. And Chelsea potentially going 3 goals to the good up. Willian. Good bit of play this from Chelsea to get back in numbers. As Fulham just have it on halfway inside the centre circle. We're pulling you over halfway now to Kearney back inside to the Fulham half to Diop, and now Howard to Castagna on to Kearney, who goes back inside his own half, and all the way back he is forced to burn Leno will start, and Fulham will start again. Ream, Jalpolina, wonderful ball. Miguel Castanos took it under his stride well. Castagna with a low cross in. Carlos Vinicius can't get any of that. Can Castagna get there again? He can. It'll be a throw in to Fulham. Castagna will take and takes it quickly. He does. Is Fulham to start again. Wonderful play. Ball chipped in towards the penalty area. Boots go up, is cleared away. It's out for a corner kick to Fulham off of Thiago Silva. Just get some congratulations from his Chelsea teammates out there. Luke, get your thinking cap on, because in a couple of moments or so, I'll be asking for your player of the match. As this corner from Willian is about to come over on our near side. He whips the ball in towards the penalty area. Goes Vinicius, gets under it, but heads it over the bar in the end and behind for a goal kick to Chelsea's Carlos Vinicius, looking up to the skies after the header went over. I think he was trying to see how far the football went up and if it went up in towards space anywhere like that, but he came straight back down in the end. As Sanchez getting ready to do there. Sanchez, but for time wasting. And he says, and I telling Sanchez to wait to take the goal kick. They show the call of the season. He has word with Robinson. Can he take it now? Robinson says yes. And he takes it. Cleared away by the head of Diop, and that's Tim Ream brilliantly knocking it back to Ben Leno. And Fulham can come forward again if they can play this right. Leno on to Ream, and now Fulham just knocked around well. What can they do with the ball here? Diop, and he get the ball forward. Ream, Tim Ream fetching this ball forward. Wonderful bit of play from Fulham as Castagna delivers the ball in and is cleared away. Look at Chuckwood there, getting the ball forward. But Robinson's in there to win the ball back. Here's Willian. Edge of the penalty area, looking for Castagna, chips the ball in and is claimed easily in the end by the goalkeeper, Ben Leno. And in the end, it was a poor cross. In the end, we failed to take advantage there. Did Fulham, as we get ready to see who our player of the match will be. And we'll get ready to ask Luke for his player of the match in just a moment or so as Silva picks up the ball for Chelsea into Ian Matson, who wins a free kick on halfway. And while we wait for this free kick to be taken as Matson gets back to his feet, we'll come to Luke. And Luke, you know what time it is. Who is your player of the match and why this afternoon or this evening or morning, depending where our listeners are tuned in from?
Well, I went for Conor Gallagher because he's basically been controlling the midfield for the majority of the game. Looks really good. The movement's been brilliant. So yeah, I went for Conor Gallagher.
Yes, and there's the ball down the line. Well, looking for the run of Tim Ream, and Moses Caicedo got caught in the face of Tim Ream and just on the side of his face there. Tim Robinson just having a word with Moises Caicedo, and a good choice from Luke Turton, it seems. Because a moment or so before I went to him, they popped up on our screens who the TV company gave player of the match to, And they also chose our man, Conor Gallagher, as well. So he's not only won the official player of the match, but also won our supplementary award as well. So congratulations to Conor Gallagher, our player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services Chelsea. Come forward here now. Here is Caicedo for Sterling. Look at Chukwu. And now here is Enzo Fernandez. It was Raheem Sterling who can't get any of that. And that's a poor ball through in the end. And Fulham will have 5 minutes to try and save this match, or Chelsea will walk away with 3 points in this game this evening. It's been a fantastic match to watch. Tom Kenny having a word with Moses Caicedo for that challenge there. But the Fulham are at an advantage, so the game's still going on. João Paulinho gets the ball forward, but he's back with Tim Ream, who's over halfway. Good bit of play from Tim Ream into Alex Iwobi. This is a good play again. Tom Kearney. It's a peel for round ball there. Referee gives it. Kearney puts the thumbs up. Thinking very sarcastically. In the end, as Pochettino's run against Marco Silva looks like to be making it 6 wins from 6 games unbeaten, should I say. And I wonder how Marco Silva will feel tonight after his team has put in a very poor and lacklustre performance this evening, as Fulham just clear this ball away to Tom Kearney, who is fouled there by Marco Correa. Free kick not given. Gallagher wins it from João Paulinho. Now Enzo Fernandez. Wonderful play from Enzo Fernandez. Foul by João Paulinho. And he's trying to help him up there and he's not got up and stay down here, Enzo Fernandez, and put him on top. They think their players are just for the time wasting here. Willian helps up Enzo Fernandez. Now the sportsmanship in him should do. Willian makes this wall. Sterling standing near him as well. We're just looking at this again. Enzo Fernandez goes down. He was thrown by Willian in a challenge from behind. As here comes Moses Caicedo now. Fulham win the ball back, but Chelsea win the ball back. Oh, that's lovely footwork. From Fernandez and now Massacre. They knocked down from Sterling, but the flag was up for offside anyway. So he wanted counted and go towards the final couple of minutes of stoppage time to go. We'll get the thoughts shortly of overall on what Luca's got to say but on this game this evening. Before we wrap up this evening, as we see Ben Leno about to take this goal kick for Fulham against Chelsea. As the ball's flicked on towards Alex Iwobi. It's cleared away. What can Chelsea do here now is Robinson just holds up the play well, but Gallagher playing the match in Ipson and then fouls Robinson. Free kick to Fulham. Can they get something from this game, Fulham? Which, if they did, it begins to win a play as Caicedo and Willian go down. Both players stay down here. Caicedo rolling around, Willian rolling around. What's the referee done here? He stopped the play, fetched plays on. Which way is he going to give this now? Luke, which way do you think this one should be going?
Probably the drop ball.
I think that it may be just that one, but both players seem to have come off worse in that challenge there, which is over on the far side from where we're sitting, just in front of the Riverside stand. And Chelsea will be making another substitution with Nodi Madueke coming on. And there'll be another Chelsea sub as well, which will see a Premier League debut for Alex Matos, who will come on for Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez back to his feet now after going down injured a few moments. Who went down a few minutes ago, got back to his feet. And the other sub was another Madueke come on. Vinicius another Madueke comes on for, and there's Matos there on the field of play. Just looking on to see who's going to come on for. We've played over the 5 minutes now. There'll probably be more stoppage time as Moises Caicedo will be now helped to his feet. He's coming off Moises Caicedo for Nodi Madueke. And how good a performances Moises Caicedo put in tonight, Luke, for Chelsea, in your opinion?
Always been crucial to the play tonight alongside Conor Gallagher. They both broke up that play, played the ball forward, took a lot of knocks to each other, and yeah, I've been really impressed with Caicedo tonight. It's disappointing to see him limp off now, to be fair, because I think he did a real good game today.
Yes, and that's good to see the sportsmanship of Willian there, who was in the challenge with Moises Caicedo, giving each other an high five as Moises Caicedo went off. There's confirmations of Matos on for Fernandez, and Madueke comes on for Caicedo, and it's out of play for a throw into Chelsea. Moises Caicedo is there. We've played just over the 6 minutes of stoppage time. It remains Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Anton Robinson nips in. Gallagher's there. Back he goes to be cleared away by Desati. Sterling can't get there. Flicked on by the youngster there in the end. Is now here comes Sterling, who can get away. Can he? No. Sterling looked to have tried to get away there, but he couldn't. Here is Ben Leno for Fulham. As most of the stand that we've been sat in for most of the night is beginning to empty. Only fans you can hear left is the Chelsea fans just away to our left, as well as is Alex Iwobi now. Ball chipped over the top looking for Vinicius. He runs harmlessly all the way through to Robert Sanchez, who lets him run down, collects the ball up, and he will take as much time as he can. We've played 2.5 minutes over the 5 minutes of stoppage time, and I did say we'll probably play a few more minutes due to the late injury there. And the ball's played forward by Robert Sanchez, but it's all over. The game has come to an end, and it's Chelsea who win out victorious. Full time, Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. And goals in the first half from Michaelo Mudryk and Armando Broja were the difference in the end, as Fulham were unable to find a way through. That's resilient Robert Sanchez, who really didn't have much to do. When he was called upon, Cesar Lukic in the second half, he pulled off a crucial save. The full time is Fulham 0, Chelsea 2, and Luke Turton, what's your overall thoughts on the game this evening, my friend?
A decent game overall. I mean, both sides have had chances. I'd say that probably both coaches are disappointed with the amount they've actually not taken tonight. The two goals from Chelsea were absolutely brilliant. Again, Fulham had chances to come back into it. The Sasa Lukic one probably the most obvious of the lot that didn't go in. So yeah, I'd say overall it's a decent spectacle, decent game. Chelsea definitely kind of had more control over the midfield for about an hour. Then substitutions were made with Iwobi coming on. Then it got a bit more frantic, but again, mentions for Brozier and Gallagher tonight. They were absolutely outstanding.
Yes, they were, Luke. Absolutely outstanding. Chelsea pick up their first win over the season in for quite a bit. Enzo Fernandez has spotted a sign that says, "Enzo, can I have your shirt?" He chucks it into the fan who asked and claps the fans away to our left hand side. But that's all myself. And look, I've got time for all this Monday evening. But we hope you've enjoyed the coverage tonight, both from myself and from Luke. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back on the channel very shortly with more of the team here. It's a very good night to you all, with Chelsea moving up to 11th above Fulham on goal difference. Fulham drop down to 13th, Nottingham Forest are in 12th after that result this evening. The bottom three remains as it is, with the three promotion sides. I was going to say promotion sides in the bottom three, but Luton climbed after it at the weekend. Bournemouth replaced them in the bottom three, but also in the bottom three is Burnley and Sheffield United. With full-time score in our feature match tonight, down by the Thames, is finished Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Thank you very much for listening.